Welcome everyone to another YouTube video by me, Crimson Destruction, or as you can see on YouTube, Crimson Chaos. Today I'll be showing you my personal favorite farming route for boss monsters, like not the ones that cost resin, the ones that are for free. You might be wondering, why would you be doing those? Well, sometimes they drop artifacts, and if you are like me, whoops, world level 5 AR48, there's quite a bit bigger chance for them to drop a 4-star or 3-star artifact. So, I begin from this island because it has a lot of mobs. The first one is right on this island. It's one of those Futui guys with the daggers. Uh, and while I'm fighting them, I can try to help you understand how to fight them overall. Because what you want against these Futuis is at the start, even before they use their daggers, you want you pretty much just want to knock them out so they don't go invisible. I couldn't do that this time because he already spotted me, but still, your best chance of finishing the fight quicker is to just make them fall. By making them fall, you can just beat them up, they're not going to do anything. So, the next spots, I'll go along this line. There's 2 big boss monsters here and 3 over here. You run around the shore. If you want, you can even grab the rocks here, but I'm not gonna do that right now. If you aren't that much about the best characters to beat them, you can just put 2 Anemo users and someone like Kea or Razor, and that way you will use less stamina, so you can traverse the map quickly. I personally just enjoy the most beating them with this team, so I'm going to have this team out. So here's one of the monsters I was talking about. For them, you want to have a Claymore user, so that you can break the shield, or some Geo user. I'm using Diluc because my team doesn't have other people who can break the shield. Whoops. And let's see, will it drop an artifact? Nope, just materials, but even materials are good because you can use them for upgrades, etc. The other one is right around here. Same as the last one. You bring out the Claymore user again and start bashing on the shield. Oops. It's always good to have a healer on your party to make sure that you don't have to go to a statue to reset. Still no artifact. Like, I really feel they should increase the drop rates of artifacts from normal monsters, but I guess it's up to them. If you need scrolls instead, you can beat those too, but I'm instantly going to the 3 bosses right over here. I'm going to switch to Child because I want to break this guy's shield. You might see me doing some elemental combos, that's because it makes your damage better. But honestly, just use your strongest attacks and you're going to beat them. Still no artifacts, sadly. The next one is right over there. We're going to ignore the slimes because they can't drop artifacts. And it's an Electro Futui girl. As you can see, we beat her up really quickly. And will it drop an artifact? Nope.
No time to lose.
The next area is a bit tricky because there's 4 golems. You're going to be fighting against 4 Mr. Cyclops, like Child's friend said, brother. You can kill this too if you need raw meat. But yeah, I recommend you have all of your ultimates ready when this starts. Also, I'm going to wait until my stamina fills up because it can be a really bad fight, especially if they start spinning. So you wait for him to wake up and you start smashing. You want to iframe with an ult when they're sending out the rockets. Ouch.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night.
Yeah, as you can see, it's not really easy. Oh, and this is like the worst attack they can use on you. You literally can't do anything unless you have a bow user. So I do recommend before going here you get a bow user in your party. Ouch. I have 2, so it's not that much of a problem. Ah, but yeah. Even if it's not that much of a problem, it is quite annoying. Especially because other golems are shooting you at the same time. Whoops. Yeah, and he starts spinning again. At least we got him. And somehow still no artifacts. Yeah, the drop rates aren't really that good. So next spot. After you've done this island, I always recommend this route because it has the most bosses. You go to the Statue of the Seven. You can not only get these bosses on the boss route, but if you go around here, you can get 2 eggs. And then down here, 2 more eggs. And if you want, we can go down there, there's usually rocks hidden. But we're going to go directly into the boss fights. So as you see, ruin guards. And pretty much that's a big chunk of the bosses I'm going to be fighting. Because there's usually mostly golems in close proximity as far as bosses are concerned. Which will explain to you why my inventory is so full of these. All of this while trying to get artifacts. The next one is right up the staircase. You wake him up. You can prepare a charge shot. Whoops. Still no artifacts. There's one of the flying golems here. There's one more of the non-flying ones here. Hopefully this time I won't have bad aim. Nice. Like for beating golems, the best thing is to shoot them in the core, and it seems like this one even bugged out. So I can just sit in one spot and shoot it. But yeah, that's not fun, so I'm going to come close range. And done. And you might be thinking, is that all the bosses on this route? No, there's actually 2 more. There's even a lot more if you want to face the other Futuis, but those don't drop artifacts, so I'm going to ignore them. This is the Electro Fatui girl. Wow, she blinked just as I ulted. That was a pro gamer dodge. And we got a 3-star artifact, finally. So here I'm going to show you what I meant. You go in and you push him before he manages to get the knives out. That makes it so that you have a much easier time because he won't be invisible and there won't be burning knives around him. There used to be a Sonic the Hedgehog here too, but I guess after 1.1 they removed him. So on to the next spot. We're going to go here, and there's 2 golems. And the reason I'm actually showing you these spots is because it's spots that aren't actually in the guidebook. Usually, if you want to farm bosses, you can F1 bosses and you go find bosses. But those don't show all of those possible bosses. They only show a portion of them, which are near chests, so that the new players can find those chests more easily. So, yeah, I'm trying to show you spots where you can farm that aren't on the guidebook, that are a lot of bosses in the same spot. Like, I think 2 or 3 of those bosses were actually in the guidebook, but a lot of them weren't. There's just one more location other than this, like, you can see there's another one of the golems. So there's one more location with a lot of bosses, which I'm going to go now after I finish this one. And that's pretty much the best spots that I know of. And usually, after you beat the ones in your world, you can always just go into another person of the same world level and farm the bosses with them. Or if they let you, you can farm them on your own. It really depends on your preferences and on your friends' preferences. So usually I can go here, and where you see this dandelion, there's 2 more bosses. If you go up here, there's also one more. But I prefer this spot, so I usually go here before I go there. And there's more of a variety in the bosses here, so you can get a broader variety of materials for your characters. So before I start the bosses, I break these rocks, because why not? And there's another Electro Futui. She's even a lower level than the previous that we fought. So she's going to go down a lot more quickly. What? No artifact again, sadly.
No time to lose.
Here there's another one of those invisible Futui. So we're going to have to dash him. We disable him. and then we beat him easily.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
No artifact, but at least we got a recruit insignia, which is pretty important because both Child and Jiwook use them. At least for me, it depends on what characters you have. There's one right around this tree.
I see what's shooting for you.
Beating a water mage, abyss mage with water. Feels good. And there's one more over there, a flying golem. After that, we're going to go back to that teleporter because on the other side there's a few more.
Odds for the
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
So since it's also possible that, I should have probably said this at the start of the video, but since it's possible that some of you don't want to watch this entire fighting, etc., at the end of the video I'll recap all of the locations that I got bosses from. So if you have just come here to find out what the locations are, you don't want to listen more about anything I say, you can just skip to the end of the video. I'll leave in the comments probably at what point I'm just talking about all the locations.
free.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
I actually forgot to mention, but when fighting these golems, it's important to use elemental skills because pretty much all of your physical damage on golems is lowered. They have that kind of special ability. So there's one more boss over here.
Yeah, next in category.
We got him. And if you ever feel like I don't really find any reason to look for these because they don't give you anything more special, I think, than the normal chief. But if you're looking for one of these, there's one right over here. Like if you go from here to that direction, you will find one of those over there. But I don't really see any need for them, so I'm just going to ignore them. I'll also give you the locations of those chieftains at the end of the video, in case you're trying to find them. So another spot, the one that I told you a while back, with the two big hilichurls, is right over, like we're going to ignore the scam because we don't need any of that. We're going to take the rock because we do need it. And right over there, as you can see, there's two of those.
Odds for the
You just quickly beat them up. Since he has a wooden shield, it's important to have a pyro user when you're fighting this one. I'm using Diwok. You can use Shangling or Amber to burn the shield. I'm gonna teleport back here. And yeah, listen, so I know that there are a lot more. You can ignore these unless you need arrows. But I'm not going to show you absolutely every boss location. I'm just going to show you my favorite ones, like the ones that I feel are most efficient as how fast you reach them, and how many there are. Also, I feel like because they are higher level monsters, they have a bigger chance to drop you the artifacts. But I'm not completely sure about that. Sadly, no artifact. Let's just finish this guy off. There's a few more here, but they're in the guidebook, so I'm going to leave them be for now. And yeah, I think that was basically all of my favorite spots for camping the boss monsters. So now, first of all, this is the part in the video where I'll tell you all of the locations again. So if you came here just to find the locations, I'm going to write down in the description to skip to this moment so you can instantly just find the locations. Firstly, I'll talk about this guy. Where is he? Here. I usually don't go for him because I don't feel like he gives you anything more special than those giant ones we just beat right now. But if you're interested, the locations that I know for him are, there's one over here in this area, right in this circle. There's one over here. One over here, and I think that's all the locations that I know. There's one more that's shown in the guidebook, but anyways. And now for the most efficient route that I just took, I started on Geo Island because it has the highest level mobs and the most it just feels like there's the biggest number of mobs on the highest level, so there's the biggest chance for them to drop you artifacts. We started with this one, which is inside of the guidebook. Then we fought 2 more over here, 3 more over here, 1 Electro-Futui girl, and the 4 golems over here. After that, you can go here. There's the Electro-Futui, the Invisible Futui, a Water Abyss Mage, a Flying Geodude. Then you go back to the teleporter, go to this side, another Geodude, more of those big Hilichurls. Then you go here, there's one over here, a golem. You cross to the other side, which was I think over here, there's another golem. And one of my other favorite routes, you go here, you can grab the eggs, you can grab the rocks, you fight the golem over here, then go up the stairs, another golem, another flying golem, an electro-futui, and an invisible futui. There's also actually one more spot that I didn't show up to now. You go to this teleporter, and right over here there's a big Hilichurl, another big Hilichurl, and 2 Abyss Mages. I'm actually going to go right there over right now. Because there's actually one more thing over there, there's a good mining spot as well. But yeah, these were all of the locations. You should farm them probably every day if you have free time, in hope that you get artifacts. But if you don't, it's not that urgent, because if you have a friend who's at the same world level, you can just farm them in their world, so you can bypass the 24-hour wait. So that's all about the locations. Thank you for watching. I'm now going to go and actually show physically how the boss location looks like, because I pretty much forgot about this one. So you go right there. But yeah, that's pretty much all about the video. All about the possible locations. I do have a few other locations, but they don't feel as efficient to farm. So I'm just going to show you this spot, and that's it for the video. As you can see, that flying axe, that's one of the big Hilichurls. You always start with him. You beat him up. You hope you get an artifact. Nope. Then there's another one of them over here. Whoops. Diving in, then flying. You start with him. Whoops. And as you see, the Abyss Mage even came to me himself. So you can fight all of them at once. But yeah, other than that, there's this place where there's usually a lot of rocks. I've already taken mine, so that's... so as you saw, you beat them, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope you like, subscribe to my Twitch channel. It's going to be down in the description. Follow Mihoyo, and that's it. Thanks for watching.